lot of people wouldn't even be able to start crossing it.
I'm over here getting inspired by Toby.
The idea of falling is too terrifying, even though the task itself.
Probably not the best guy to be inspired by, but because, you know, he's all about gambling, and I just started to hear of him not too long ago, maybe 2-3 weeks ago. I knew of him, kinda, but then I saw a few videos of him under some other YouTubers I follow, and he's stupid crazy, but he's kind of funny. Yeah. So the topic for today is well, there's numerous topics, so let's make it quick. I'm not trying to make it too long. I've been looking for jobs, and I've been to, and it's hard to get a job. You know, there's plenty of places hiring, but then, okay, let's say it this way: it's hard to get a job that pays decent, because there's plenty of jobs out there that, you know, they're willing to pay you minimum wage, and they'll hire you. But I mean, minimum wage is like, you know, when you're in high school, when you're in college. I'm over here, you know, trying to make at least more, because I know my worth, right? So, but then it's tough, because then at the same time your savings are depleting. But then the point is, I like to speak to people in person, and because I know how the system works. You know, if a company's hiring, someone within that company is gonna refer someone, you know, a friend or family member, and it's gonna be easier for them. So I know how this works for like 90% or maybe even 100% of the companies. So I like to go in to places where I've applied, and, you know, approach the manager, meet them, talk to them, and get to see how it is. And the few places that I've been to, that I've applied to, let me clean this lens. The few places that I have applied to, for instance, there's this hospital right here that I just went into, and the ladies at the front desk, awesome. They were great. They're, you know, they're actually quite polite, and I could just say, you know, lovely. But you could just tell, I guess it's a job and everybody's bored, and, you know, they're making jokes with each other. I'm like, I could already tell this is a great work environment, and they're like, oh yeah, very sarcastically, oh, for sure it is. And I'm like, well, here I am trying to apply and work in this building, and they just laughed it off. But they're like, you know, it's fun with your coworkers, which is I guess it is in every situation, you know. And sometimes you get along with some coworkers, and that's what makes it great. But then again, you gotta pay bills. But yeah, it's like that. And then I've been to two other locations where you know, for instance, the managers, I've talked to them. They're like, yeah, we always have open positions. People always come and go. And then I asked, I applied at BMW in Rockville, and I'm like, so why are there always positions available? Why are people always coming in and out? And the guy there, he kind of just paused and gave me that stare, like, how dare you ask? And I'm like, yeah, because I mean, that means it's not stable. There's got to be something wrong that people are not staying here for a while. So I want to ask. And he kind of was, in a way, he seemed like he was insulted, and he was shocked that I asked. So that's one of them. And it's just, you know, it's interesting to hear, and you want to find out, hey, why are there people always coming in and always not staying there for a while? Which it could just simply be because they found something else that's better, or they just, which is the most thing, they don't like the environment. They just have the capability of moving on. That's one topic. So I've been looking. Honestly, I kind of want just like a part-time job, but because I want to make more time for content, and that's one of the topics I wanted to talk today about. But there's another topic. Let's see, is this recording? Yeah. There's another topic that I wanted to bring in, and it's the topic of love, right? So about a week ago, Friday. So about a week ago, I had two cousins, my female cousins, came over and visited us, my parents and I, and they came over for dinner. And you know, the guys who else was there? Yeah, my uncle. So my dad and my uncle are in the living room watching TV, and then I hear the girls in the kitchen. They're talking about, you know, relationship and all this, you know, love life. So I'm like right in the middle between the kitchen and the living room, and I hear them talk about love, and I'm like, all right, let's go be nosy and see what they're talking about. And I get there, and pretty much the topic was that love does not exist. It's starting to rain. That love doesn't exist. And I know it sounds kind of corny and stuff coming from a guy or me. I mean, hopefully I've been known for being a good guy, but then also, you know, a bit crazy wild at the same time, but not too stupid, that disrespectful. But they're talking about, you know, love doesn't exist, and you only get married with someone or with your significant other just to not be alone. And I'm like, really? Like, I mean, I guess being alone, it's okay for me. It's just, I guess you could get lonely sometimes, but then you know, it's okay. But that was them. Like, the conclusion came down to like, okay, they just don't want to feel alone or lonely, and that's why they got married to someone else. So they're like, yeah, love doesn't really exist. It's more like, you know, companionship and not being alone and helping each other, which I feel like that's also the definition of love. But they said they meant it just for like the benefits of that aspect, and not like actual feelings for someone, right? So they just seem like, you know, they're tired. I guess it's very monotone or whatnot. But then I told them, like, I believe in love, which is weird because you know, I'm that guy. And I'm like, no, I truly, like, you know, you mess around and you play around, but I don't hurt anyone emotionally. But I'm like, I truly do believe in love. And they're like, no, love doesn't exist. It was a quick conversation, maybe like a 5-minute long conversation. And my mom was like, yeah, love doesn't exist. And my older cousin was like, well, you know, actually the only love that truly does exist is the love that, you know, you have for your mom and your mom has for you. So like the maternal love. And I agree, that love is, I've always had that love for my mom, and vice versa. But then I told him, yeah, that's a thing, I believe in that. But then I also believe you could probably find love, your soulmate, in a way. I haven't found anyone. I've met a lot of good people, very nice people, but you know, I just keep it as a friendship, because I think about, do I see a future with them? And if I don't, you know, a love future relationship, and then I just keep them as friends, you know, a friendship. But then that whole story goes to then the following day, which was Saturday, so last week, I was hanging out with Dad, and I don't know how we arrived to the same conversation topic, and you know, we're just talking about the females in our family and just family in general. And I told my dad about I think he was talking about, like, you know, finding someone like for me, right? And I'm like, oh yeah, by the way, you know, last night we were talking about my cousins, and I told him what we talked about. And my dad, you know, he's always been kind of like the very macho man, but he's got a good heart. I know it. He's kind of plays like the tough guy, not very expressive or communicative. Is that a word? Let's say expressive. And he's always been kind of quiet, serious, and doesn't speak much. But whenever he does it in a very small amount and is wise. And he just paused and he stared at me, like, once I told him the story of my cousins. And then he just said, he said, of course love has to exist. I mean, yeah, they're right about love for your parents, your mom, dad, but love exists. You can definitely find it somewhere else. Like, if you're saying that you're not happy, or you're not finding love, whatever you define love with, then you're looking in the wrong place, or it's just not your time. And then he's like, and if you don't end up not finding anyone, then that's fine. Then, I mean, love exists. It could exist for someone else, but maybe it didn't find you, or wasn't your thing. But it definitely exists. Could be for you, could not be for you. But he said, definitely don't push it to a side. Don't have that mentality of, oh, love doesn't exist. Like he said, his advice was, if you find love, and hopefully you do, just make sure you actually do love that person, like, and it's mutual. Make sure that they actually love you and you love them back, and just don't make it for convenience, just so I could pay my rent, my bills, or so I could, save more money, or I just want kids and maybe I'll just be with this person just because I want kids, or I don't know, just because you're lonely. He's like, don't make it that. Just make it because you actually have a connection and you feel close to that person. So I just wanted to put that out there. Just things that I'm going through and that cross my mind, like looking for a job. Dad said, don't even look for love. It's like, don't try too hard. It's just like, looking for a job and then finding love. But he's like, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I mean, he said, obviously make an effort, but just be who you are and actually do believe in love. Don't let, this society just kill love, which is rare to hear from my dad, because whenever we talk, it's probably like once every 2 weeks. As in, like, we talk every day, but whenever we have these like semi 5 to 10 minute deep conversations. But that's it. Finding a job is tough. Something that's worthy and that you find your value, and love. And it's crazy. Another thing I wanted to say is, I've had jobs where I meet people, right, and so many people like keep telling me that it's rare, because I just become, we're coworkers and then we become friends, and these people are just randoms, truly, because I've only met them a few months, a few years, and they all come and say, tell me, oh, you have so much potential, I can already tell. And he's like, he, they, them, all of them. I've had chicks, guys. They're like, well, you're a good-looking dude. You went to school. You seem like you got good values. You deserve better. And it's true. I mean, sometimes I guess we just settle for whatever's there. But I bring this up again because yesterday I was doing a delivery, and I went into a pho place in Rockville, and I went to pick up 2 orders. And the guy there was so nice. He was so kind. They were listening to like Enrique Iglesias from like the 90s. And I did. You got good taste in music, because he's a good artist. And the guy was like, yeah, like he's one of my favorite artists. He's so talented. He's like, yeah. And then he looks at me. He's like, he's a good-looking guy, and you're a good-looking dude. So he's like, why are you doing this delivery things? I can tell that that, like, just like that, within seconds. He's like, I can tell you're a good person, and you got more to offer to this world than just delivering food. And it hit me, because he's a complete stranger. I was just being nice, because he was actually playing some nice music, and he's like, yeah, I know you may be doing this just on the side, but you should be doing great things, or greater things. Some random dude that I had just met a few seconds. And he's like, yeah, like, I wish you the best, and I leave, and he waves, and he was so polite. And the guys behind the counter were just staring, like, all good people. So it's things like that, I think about work, like, I can't settle for anything, but then at the same time, it's just like, I need money from somewhere. And, yeah, that's where I'm at. So I'm gonna go do a few runs, and I'll see you guys whenever I see you. Ciao, ciao.